This is my review on part 1 of the Baddies Gone Wild Season 2 reunion. The last review I did, it said that the sound didn't even gather, so we're going to do this again. First, start off with the scene between Baby Tyson, Lauren, and Darva, basically, and I like their reunion looks, 10 out of 10. I feel like, to be fair, everyone looked good. No one had like a really bad outfit this reunion on both sides of both houses. And the way Leandra beat up Nas, that's why Nas is begging it now. Because if Leandra had not beat up Nas, she wouldn't be doing all this, begging it in front of everyone else, but cool. Then you have Elena and Leandra flirting hard. I'm just thinking, I know this is how Leandra was able to survive in prison in the UK, but yeah. It seems like Baby Tyson, Darva, and Lauren live rent-free in Maloney's head because she's always going on about them. Dedicating the shirt to them is insane, but I just mean even outside of the show as well. Like when the show had finally finished filming, even before the reunion, even after the reunion, she's still talking about them. And it's like, it's given obsession at this point. One thing Zeus has got to do is have a lot of scenes in the trailer. We don't need to see a breakdown between, I forgot the other woman's name, sorry, it begins with D. That was the audience host as well, Bobby Light, and then Janisha talk about stuff we already know. I am also glad though that Bobby was a host as well for the reunion, because I know when he's an audience host, I don't think he's really good at that. But I feel like this time around he actually was doing better as a co-host for the reunion. Now 20 minutes into the episode, and they finally bring out Baby Tyson, Darva, and Lauren as well. And I feel like the reason they did this is because they wanted dialogue. If they were to bring out House A beforehand, they weren't going to get any dialogue or any type of understanding as to why people are beefing or what's happened online since the show aired and so forth. So it's good that they brought out House B beforehand and then they brought out House A afterwards, because we can see this is what exactly happened. House A then started just attacking everyone and wanted to fight, and there was no dialogue really. I'm also glad that Bobby and Janisha gave those three their flowers, and those three, I mean Baby Tyson, Darva, and Lauren, because they were really running the show basically. As soon as G Baby got to the stage though, she tried to fight Darva, she lost the fight, and then she decided to go behind stage briefly to get herself together or gather her belongings, I don't know what it was. Then G Baby, thinking that it's this, when she said, oh, she doesn't know Darva, the whole point of the show is to build a rapport with your the people that you're basically on the show with as well, and then develop a friendship after that as well. Obviously you're there to win the money as well, 100%, but you're also there to have a bonding experience as well. So when she's saying, oh, we weren't really friends, all that other stuff, it's not a read that you think it is. I'm also glad that Darva called out Lulu as well for being fake, and then also Kata K opened up and then apologised as well, said that, oh, she saw basically how it looked on camera and all this other stuff. I think the only reason Lulu was going to apologise and Kata K apologised because of how the public perceived them as well, in regards to the people watching the show, and they felt, oh, I need to get ahead of this beforehand, but you knew you were fake and you weren't standing on it as well. Obviously this is actions speak louder than the words, so obviously they need to stand up this time around at the reunion to see if they can redeem themselves. I know Lauren told Lulu though that if she doesn't basically redeem herself, she's got to beat her up herself, so that's another thing. But again, actions speak louder than the words in regards to both of them. I know Lauren is actually heated about G Baby as well, because I think she considered her a friend. I understand where G Baby's coming from to a certain degree about the co-worker comment, but if I said that at the beginning, then we develop a friendship afterwards, that comment goes out the window, especially if I'm referring to her as my friend throughout the season and after the fact. I think also it was weird of G Baby to run off the stage and not want to fight Lauren. I get it, you don't fight your friends, whatever and stuff, but if someone's calling you out for fade, that's scary. And on top of that as well, it's like, I feel like she knew probably that Lauren was going to be a harder fade than it was with Becky, because obviously Becky beat up G Baby and that's why she didn't want to fight anyone throughout the season. I feel like her mentioning also Lauren's parenting skills didn't help either, because it just felt like, it's a dig at her. And this is what I mean with like why people are feeling weird about what G Baby's saying and stuff. It's because when people do stuff out of the kindness of their heart, they don't tend to throw it back in people's face and count favors like, oh, I did this, I did that, I did that. No, but G Baby is basically appearing to do so, like she's using it as like, oh, but I did this to you, I did this to you. But Lauren hasn't, bear in mind, mentioned anything that she's done for G Baby, because we're not counting favors over here. I do agree with Lauren though, the energy that G Baby has for her, she doesn't have with Becky, but I guess it's due to the nature of the friendship as well. However, G Baby, out of just, I don't know, just for her own respect, I would say, and how the premise of the show is, it would have made more sense for her to run a fade with Becky again, or at least have a sit-down conversation with Becky or something, because I don't know if they really had a sit-down about the physical altercation. They had a sit-down when they were doing their nails or something else, but it wasn't a sit-down about why they were fighting anyway. I do feel like G Baby didn't use the platform to her potential as well, because a lot of people wanted this as well and probably would have utilized it more. G Baby's talk about, oh, she came on here and she basically wants exposure, or she came on here to get exposure. What exposure did she get? I don't see her really getting booked anywhere. I could be wrong, but I don't really see it when I looked at her page. I don't see her getting any brand deals, doing other stuff compared to maybe how Lauren is. But Lauren was obviously the fan favorite, or how Baby Tyson is with a few bookings here and there. I don't know about Darva's bookings because I haven't really gone on their page or anything. But just in general, I don't feel like G Baby got much out of this. And then on top of that as well, after the show airs, who's going to remember G Baby? She wasn't memorable on there. She was only memorable when she was friends with Baby Tyson and Lauren and Dava and everyone else, probably in House B. It's crazy with all that was going on. I even forgot about Mimi as well. And the person that asked the question, sorry, in the audience the first time as well, they didn't listen to anything that was being said as well. And this is what I mean, people just saying anything for some camera time, because even Janisha had to say that question was already answered, because this is what I mean. You're here taking up a spot that someone else could have had, basically, just for you to be stupid and ask the same question that someone's already answered. This is what I mean. Pay attention. Open your ears. House B then enter the stage, and we first start off with the jumping again. No surprise. Oh, sorry, House A, enter the stage. And we first get Elena and Becky beating, or basically jumping Lauren, beating her up. And Lauren trips over basically, but Becky online is claiming that she dropped her. But we saw clearly, because I think it was Mimi and Sam were fighting. She's then obviously tripped over Sam's leg and she's fallen. Then that's when they've basically got taken advantage of that situation and got it. Her can't get the words out. They've got Lauren basically on the couch, on top of Becky at this point. And then that's when Baby Tyson swoops in and basically I think she kicks Becky in the face, then she punches her as well. I'm so glad that she did that, because why are you jumping for? Everyone, even though the host of the show was saying that they want one-on-ones, they don't want you guys to do that, and you're still disobeying that. But this is another thing as well, when they're not putting measures in place, basically there's no repercussions for people's actions, of course they're going to take the piss. Then we had Lauren versus Mary Minx as well. Mary Minx was more focused on just getting Lauren's eyes. I couldn't really understand that as well. And Lauren was more focused on socking her in the face. So I'm gonna give it to Lauren for this round. But not Baby Tyson, Mary Minx can fight though. Sam was crying about her arm, and I'm sorry, but the sympathy is capped, because when Dava had her shoulder out of place and her knee out of place is all you expected her to fight, I didn't see Sam really having any sympathy for that situation either. Lauren had Mary Minx's mouth leaking after their fight, and then Baby Tyson ran over and basically dropped Leandra, because Leandra didn't want to fight, it seemed, throughout the whole reunion. So I'm not really surprised about that at all, but Leandra needed to run that fade with her. Again, Elena's the loser, because why would you jump into a fight again that has nothing to do with you? If you feel like, quote-unquote, Becky was going to win the fight with Dava, why did you have to jump in? Now, we didn't even get the ending of that fight. Then we had Sam and Mimi. Mimi dropped Sam to the floor, basically, and then started beating her up again. Then Sam was complaining about her shoulder. Yawn, yawn, yawn. Nobody cares, Sam. Sam then goes and runs her fade with Lulu, and then Lulu obviously dominates the fights and wins. I feel like after that, Sam should never fought anyone else. She should have just called it a day, because she ran her fade. She just needs to get medical attention now. We were finally going to get the highly anticipated fade that everyone keeps waiting on, that I feel like it's happened before anyway, which is Becky and Lauren. But House A started jumping again. And this is what I mean. They should have basically brought out House A one at a time for everyone to run their fades, because we know that House B are not going to jump them. So at least we get that out of the way. We had Maloney versus Baby Tyson, and I'm going to give it to Baby Tyson. We then had Becky versus Lauren, and I'm going to say Becky got that. I feel like Lauren needs to focus more on her feet as well, because obviously Lauren said on her story that she blames it on the Walmart shoes that production told her to get. I just feel like her balance was off. I don't know if she was exhausted or whatever, but she didn't take any breaks from getting jumped to fighting multiple people and stuff. Then we had Elena versus Baby Tyson, and Alana won. I'm not really surprised about that, because she always wins anyway, and we know about the height difference and the weight. I'm not saying that that means that someone's always going to win, but I just mean we've seen how Elena fights anyway with Baby Tyson, and Baby Tyson always keeps her head down when she's fighting. We had Elena versus Dava, and I'm going to give that to Dava. I feel like Elena definitely, if she wasn't spinning out like a ballerina, it could have been a tie. But this is how you know Elena felt like she lost as well, because as soon as that happens, she starts going to Dava. When Dava's telling her give her a second, and she starts punching her. I'm so glad they jumped Elena. That's exactly what she deserved.